This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:53, time to get ready to take on your Thursday in the morning sprint.
This morning, Idaho is trying to figure out what it will do with a convicted killer after the attempt to execute Thomas Creech failed yesterday morning. Sydney Charles has those details.
Allison Martinez live sharing tips to help you survive tax season.
But first, it'll be very windy today. Let's get right over to Mark with his forecast.
Well, good morning, everybody. And our First Alert Weather, and that First Alert Weather app would really be a handy thing to have with all the changing weather patterns we have. These are our current conditions, and our daytime highs. So we're going to cool from here, but with low 50s into the valley, 46 into Spokane International, and we're going to see a continuation of scattered showers. We'll have more on this forecast coming up.
Thomas Creech was just minutes away from receiving lethal injection yesterday morning, but medical professionals failed to administer an IV 8 separate times. The Idaho Department of Corrections will now need to acquire more chemicals should they choose to pursue another execution, which could take time. Creech has been in prison since 1974 and was convicted for killing 5 people across 3 states. The state of Idaho calling off the lethal injection 45 minutes into the procedure. Creech's death warrant expired just a few minutes after the failed execution, and while there isn't an exact precedent on what to expect in this situation, the state says discussions will take place within the next few days. Idaho Governor Brad Little released a statement defending the medical staff, which you can read under this story on KXLY.com.
In the case of 4 murdered University of Idaho students, the trial of suspect Bryan Kohberger will not happen for at least another year. Prosecutors proposing a trial in early March of 2025, but defense attorney Ann Taylor arguing she likely still wouldn't have enough time, instead proposing a trial date in the summer of 2025. Also discussed was the scheduling for a hearing regarding Kohberger's motion for a change of venue. Judge John Judge recommending a date in early May for a hearing on that motion. Now, following that hearing, we will expect a trial date to finally be set.
The Chelan County Sheriff's Office is searching for this woman, 37-year-old Adriana Nunez Gutierrez. Deputies say she was last seen at her house in Chelan February 15th. No one's heard from her since the morning after. And anyone with tips is asked to call the Chelan County Sheriff's Office.
10 officers can make a big difference.
The Spokane Valley City Council unanimously approved an addition of 10 new police officers, an internal affairs lieutenant, and a civilian analyst earlier this week. The city says it needs new officers because the police department has remained the same size despite its population growing.
Employees of the strip mall at the corner of 29th and Regal on Spokane South Hill say their cars were towed without warning. And since then, the incident has received a lot of attention on social media. They were all parked in the vacant lot next to the strip mall. According to the Spokane County Assessor's Office, Douglas Properties owns that lot. The employees say 4 tow trucks swarmed the lot around 3 Tuesday afternoon. They say they have parked there for years without any issues. We reached out to Douglas Properties and Evergreen State Towing. We've not heard back from either yet.
This morning, we've been live at United Way Spokane. Now, this organization wants to help you hold on to more of your hard-earned money this tax season. They have a few resources they can help connect you to. One for filing online without any extra fees, and another to help you get in-person assistance. We have all those details on our website, KXLY.com.
The city of Spokane is working to make the Monroe Street Bridge cleaner and safer. The bridge is one of Spokane's historic landmarks, but it's also a popular spot for graffiti and illegal drug activities. The city says painting over the bridge with anti-graffiti coating would make it much easier to clean up those eyesores. Installing lighting and security cameras are 2 other ways that are on the table to reduce crime on the bridge. The city says the painting could start as early as April.
A Spokane Valley 18-year-old just received a $2 million settlement from the Central Valley School District. Isaiah was a 14-year-old freshman when University High School assigned him a paraeducator. Within weeks, that 33-year-old woman who was supposed to help him got him hooked on drugs and engaged in a sexual relationship with him. His paraeducator was arrested and charged. Isaiah dropped out of school. While the Central Valley School District recently settled with him, that settlement can't repair the harm caused. Isaiah told his story exclusively to us, and you can watch my full report tonight on 4 News Now at 6.
Coming up next on Good Morning America, the Supreme Court's decision to hear an appeal of Donald Trump's claim of absolute immunity, what it could mean for his court cases and the election. We'll have a final check with your windy weather. That's coming up next with Mark.